as far as terrorist activities. I do think that this tape may actually cause some people to maybe step back and say, well, maybe we need to have something that's this strong. And maybe I need to reconsider my views on this, because mine is the law that we now have. We may not have gotten access to this tape. Then the other side of that clearly is that this is one event, this is one tape, and we're not just talking about one individual. We're talking about, when we talk about terrorism, we're talking about basically a corporate activity. Terrorism is something that's done almost as a business venture. It's done and conducted like a business. So the idea that you can go after one person and wipe out the entire movement is a bit naive on our part. But I do think this tape, again, if it is in fact authentic, will give those who support the act some real serious firepower politically to keep the act where it's at, if not actually expound and make it even stronger.
And of course, this whole view that the American people are becoming weary of the war, how do you think that that would play into this act?
Well, when we talk about the war, really we're talking about two separate issues.
Okay, so we've got about 1 minute.
Okay, the war in Iraq and then the war on terrorism. And what we find most Americans doing is they blend the two together. And when we talk about being tired of the war, we're probably tired of what's happening in terms of our sons and daughters being killed, but not so much the war on terrorism.
On terror itself. Okay,
right.
Very good. And of course, Dr. McDonald, we have to end it now for the day. And certainly the information that you've given us has been very, very enlightening about where we stand in reference to trying to secure our homeland. And I don't think that there are any persons who are patriots without, from the act, without the act, who are patriots. I don't think that any individual would disagree that we have to do everything that we possibly can do in order to keep from happening in this country some of the atrocities that are going on throughout the rest of the world. And of course, let me encourage our audience to tune in again next week for another informative edition of Comments. Thank you and good morning.